Hello students, welcome to Badgujar Sir Maths channel, and today we are going to discuss about exercise 3.2a part 2nd. Let's start 3.2a part 2nd. It is integration of linear into under root of linear polynomial. I have already explained about integration of linear upon linear form, or another type linear upon under root of linear in previous exercise 3.1 part 2nd in previous video. Okay, I also gave one rule for solving such a type of integration, means integration of linear upon linear or integration of linear upon under root of linear. There is a special rule. Okay, now in this type it is integration of linear into under root of linear, or integration of any polynomial, means polynomial of any degree into under root of another polynomial of degree anything, means not linear, maybe 2, 3, 4, whatever may be. Okay, how to integrate such a type of function? Okay, see here in first example, see its first example, integration of 2x. You have to observe this, integration of 2x plus 1 into under root of x plus 2 with respect to x. You have to observe this. It is a multiplication of two functions, but both are algebraic, linear into under root of linear. So don't apply u into v formula. Okay, we cannot simplify this, we cannot open this bracket, we cannot convert in polynomial quadratic form because of under root is there. So you must apply substitution method. Here you have to substitute t is equal to x plus 2. T is equal to x plus 2. Let I is equal to given integration, then put t is equal to x plus 2. If you have to apply substitution method, then you have to find out the value of dx, okay, from the given substitution. How to find out? It's simply, it's very simple, just you have to differentiate this with respect to itself, that is derivative of t with respect to x is dt is equal to derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of 2 is 0 into dx. So dx is equal to dt. You can make bracket here, that is dx is equal to dt. We want this value dx. Okay, now if you substitute x plus 2 as t here and dx is dt, but what is about 2x plus 1? If you have to keep as it is 2x plus 1, then the new integration having two variables, that is x as well as x is old variable and new variable is t, means there are two variables and which is more complicated. So you have to find out the value of x in terms of new variable t. Okay, you have to find out the value of x in terms of new variable t. What is t? X plus 2. So x become t minus 2, and you make bracket for this value. We want x also. X is very important and dx is also important. Now the given integration I become, or equation 1 become, this is equation number 1. Suppose this is equation number 1. Equation number 1 become, that is nothing but I is equal to integration of 2x plus 1 into under root of x plus 2 into dx will be integration of 2 into what is x? X is equal to t minus 2 in plus 1 into under root t with respect to t, means dx is nothing but t, here dt, okay, and x is nothing but t minus 2 plus 1 keep as it is. Now it's very simple. You have to open this bracket first. You have to open this bracket, right? Then simplify this bracket, then taking separate integration. That's it. So you have to simplify this, that is integration of twice t minus 4 plus 1 into what is root t is nothing but t raised to half with respect to t. So twice t, integration of twice t minus 3 bracket complete into t raised to half into dt. Now open the bracket, means integration of 2 into t raised to half minus 3 into t raised to half into dt. Now here you have to apply laws of indices here. Now it is nothing but t raised to 1 into t raised to half, that is 3 by 2, and that is nothing but integration of 2 into t raised to 3 by 2 minus 3 into t raised to half. Okay, now taking separate integration, that is 2 you have to write outside, 2 into integration of t raised to 3 by 2 into dt minus 3 into integration of t raised to half into dt, and this is nothing but it is integration of x raised to n form, that is variable raised to number form. So you have to apply this formula, you will get final answer, and that is nothing but that is 2 into I is equal to 2 into t raised to 3 by 2 plus 1 means 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2 minus 3 into t raised to half plus 1 means 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus c. Now again you have to simplify, that is 2 into 2 by 5, that is 4 by 5 into t raised to 3 5 by 2 minus 3 into 3 by 2, that is 3 get cancel here, that is 2 into t raised to 3 by 2 plus c. Now resubstitute t here, and that is nothing but the final answer. You have to substitute the value of t, you will get final answer in terms of t. That's it. Okay, means you must remember it is integration of linear into under root of linear or any polynomial into under root of any polynomial. Now you have to observe the second equation from your text, question number 2 from your text. Integration of x raised to 5 into under root of a square plus x square into dx. Let I is equal to given integration, which is more complicated. We cannot multiply this, we cannot simplify this, so you must apply substitution method. What is substitution? Yes, you are right. Put t is equal to a square plus x square. If you have to apply substitution method, then you have to find out the value of dx. So differentiating on both sides with respect to itself, that is dt is equal to 0 plus twice x into dx. So dx will be dt upon twice x, or you can find out x dx. Okay, that is dt upon 2. Okay, you make a bracket here. Now the equation 1 is, now in this example you should find the value of x square in terms of t. Because of here we have to substitute, I already explained in previous example, that is put t is equal to a square plus x square. So you have to find out the value of x square. Okay, then you will get integration in one variable, otherwise we can't solve that, because of integration of two variable is not possible. So after applying substitution method, first you have to find out dx or some constant number into dt or dt upon some constant number. Okay, or better you have to find out dx. After that you have to find out the old variable, the value of old variable in terms of new variable. So in this case you have to find out the value of x square in terms of t. What is x square? From this substitution, from question number 2 on your screen, that is x square is equal to t minus a square. Okay, means x square is equal to t minus a square. So the equation 1 become, that is I is equal to, what is I? Given integration x raised to 5 into under root of a square plus x square. Right, now you have to split x raised to 5 in terms of x square, means x raised to 4 into x dx. Why? Because of what is dt? dt is nothing but twice x dx. So you have to split x raised to 5 is nothing but x raised to 4 into x into under root of a square plus x square into dx. So again you have to rearrange. What is x raised to 4? Integration of x square the whole square into under root of a square plus x square into x dx. Okay, into x dx. Now this is nothing but dt by 2 and this is nothing but t minus a square and this is t. Got it? So you will get the integration of one variable t. So substitute the value of all, that is what is x square? X square is nothing but, see, x square is equal to t minus a square the whole square into under root of t into this is nothing but x dx is nothing but dt by 2. Now you have to expand this one. You have to expand this by using a minus b the whole square formula. That is nothing but integration of t square minus twice t a square plus square of a square is a raised to 4 into t raised to half root t means t raised to half into dt by 2. Again you have to open this. Therefore I is equal to t square into t raised to half minus twice t into t raised to half into a square plus a raised to 4 into t raised to half into dt by 2. Okay. Now again you have to apply laws of indices. It become, you have to write this 2 1 by 2 is outside, that is 1 by 2 into integration of t raised to 5 by 2 minus 2 into t raised to 3 by 2, 1 plus half means 3 by 2 into a square plus a raised to 4 into t raised to half into dt. Now taking separate integration, because of it is standard form, which is nothing but all terms, all function in x raised to integration of x raised to n form. Okay. So you can take separate integration. By taking separate integration you will get half into bracket, you make a big bracket here, it is curly bracket, integration of t raised to 5 by 2 minus 2 into 2 is constant, a square is constant, you have to write outside the derivative integration operator, that is 2 into a square into integration of t raised to half into dt plus, sorry, it become plus, that is nothing but plus here, it is plus a raised to 4 into integration of t raised to half into dt. So by using x raised to n formula, it become half into 5 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 7 by 2 means half into bracket t raised to 7 by 2 upon 7 by 2 minus twice a square into t raised to 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 plus a raised to 4 into t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus c, bracket complete, plus c. Again you have to simplify this, you will get, it is nothing but 1 by 2, here it is plus, by basically carry minus sign here, it become plus. Okay, means half into 2 by 7 into t raised to 7 by 2 minus twice a square into 2 by 5 into t raised to 5 by 2 plus a raised to 4 into 2 by 3 into t raised to 3 by 2 plus c. What is next step? Yes, you have to resubstitute the value of t, and that is nothing but 1 by 2 I will be, here it is plus sign, yes, it is plus. Okay, it become plus, means 1 by 2 into 2 by 7, this 2 to get cancelled here, that is 1 by 7 into what is t, t is nothing but a square plus x square bracket raised to 7 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into 2 to get cancelled here. Okay, and again it is a square into 2 by 5, that is 2 a square by 5 and plus here 2 and this 2 get cancelled, that is plus a raised to 4 by 3 into bracket a square plus x square bracket raised to 3 by 2 plus c. This is the final answer. Just you have to apply laws of indices, then you will get standard form, you will get integration of x raised to n form, then you have to apply formula number 1. Okay, means each and every sum here you have to reduce in standard form. So by applying formula, again resubstitute t, you will get final answer. Okay, now next sum is question number 3, integration of x raised to 5 into under root of a cube plus x cube into dx. Okay, means whatever may be the polynomial, you must apply substitution, that is put t is equal to inside function, and you have to find out, if you apply substitution method, then you have to find out dx. What is dx here? Means dx is equal to dt upon 3x square, or you can find out x square dx is nothing but dt upon 3, because of here we have to split x raised to 5 in terms of x cube into x cube. Here x raised to 5 you have to split in terms of x cube into x square. Why x cube? Because of here in substitution x cube is here, okay, x cube into some form. So what is that another form? That is dt form. Okay, so again you have to find out the value of x cube in terms of new variable t. So you will get, in integration of one variable, then you have to apply standard formula. So from equation second, that is x cube is equal to t minus a cube. Then equation first will be I is equal to integration of x raised to 5 into under root of a cube plus x cube into dx will be x raised to integration of x cube into under root of a cube plus x cube into x square dx. Now here see, it's very simple form. Here you have to substitute the value of x cube, and this is t, and this is dt by 3. That's it, and that is nothing but integration of t minus a cube into root t into dt by 3. That's it. Now you have to open this bracket. This is very simple form. Just open this bracket. X cube is this one. Okay, then open this bracket. You will get t minus integration of t minus a cube into t raised to half into dt. So into dt by 3. So you have to write 1 by 3 outside. Then I is equal to 1 by 3 into integration of t raised to half into t is nothing but t raised to 3 by 2 minus a cube into t raised to half into dt. Now taking separate integration, it is u minus v form. Okay, so by taking separate integration, 1 by 3 into integration of 3 by 2 dt minus a cube, 1 by 3 multiply with each term here, that is a cube upon 3 into integration of t raised to half into dt, and it is nothing but x raised to n form. Means here each and every function, each and every integration convert in x raised to n form, that is standard form, by using suitable substitution method. So it become 1 by 3, I is equal to 1 by 3 into t raised to 5 by 2. How get 5 by 2? 3 by 2 plus 1 is 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 minus a cube upon 3 into t raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 plus c. Again you have to simplify this and resubstitute the value of t. You will get 2 upon 15 into t. What is t? A cube plus x cube bracket is to 5 by 2 minus 2 by 9 into a cube. Okay, a cube is missing here, that is a cube. You have to write a cube here, that is a cube. It is a cube is here, a cube 2a cube upon 9 into a cube plus x cube bracket is to 3 by 2 plus c. Okay, this is the final answer. Now next part is evaluate integration of 4x plus 5 into under root of 2x minus 1 into dx. Yes, it is previous form. What is t? T is equal to twice x minus 1. Okay, then you will get the value of x. You have to find out the value of x from this substitution. T is equal to 2x minus 1, then you will get x, then you have to find out the value of dx. Then the final answer is 2 by 5 into twice x minus 1 bracket is to 5 by 2. Means you have to try this. It's very simple. Integration of linear into under root of linear. Put t is equal to inside polynomial. Okay, next fifth one, not only linear into linear, not only multiplication form, maybe at denominator. Means here 2x square means any polynomial upon polynomial of any degree, if you expand this denominator, that is raised to 5, x raised to 5 is there, some constant into x, 3 raised to 5 into x raised to 5, whatever may be. So you have to substitute t is equal to 3x minus 2, then you have to find out dx, then again you have to find out the value of x in terms of t. After simplifying, you will get the final answer. Okay, just you try, it's very simple. Now question number 6, similar type is also there, that is integration of 4 minus 5x into 3 minus x bracket complete bracket raised to 3 by 2, or you can say upon x minus 3 bracket raised to 3 by 2, and put t is equal to 3 minus x. Correct, you are right, 3 minus x. Again you have to find out the value of x in terms of new variable, and also you have to find out dx. Then the last answer is this one. Just you have to simplify this. It is quadratic into under root of linear. I told you it is integration of any polynomial into under root of any polynomial, or polynomial upon polynomial form. Okay, right. If it is linear upon linear, then it is particular type, and I already explained in the previous video. Okay, but this is so different. A different one is there, so you have to put t is equal to inside function. So the final answer is already I gave here. Now next one is, if you enjoy this video, then do not forget to like and share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe my channel. Now our next is also very important type, that is integration of the type f of a x plus or minus a upon g of x plus or minus a, or it is similar. So the working rule is express angle in numerator in terms of angle in denominator. Okay, see, I want to show you which type of these integrations. See here, the integration of sine x, okay, upon sine of x plus or minus a here, okay, with respect to x. Maybe another type, okay, means it is cos of or sine of x plus or minus a divided by sine of x plus or minus b, okay, or here sine upon cos, something like this. Here it, or maybe sine, see, I want to show in detail, that is sine upon sine plus or minus a upon sine here plus or minus b into dx, or cos upon cos form. Now only two types of function is here, okay, means it is in sine cos only, not tan sec or not other trigonometric function, or not inverse type of function. It should be in terms of sine or cos. You must remember here, it is particular type of integration, integration of sine x upon sine of x plus a or x minus b or x plus b, whatever may be, or sine upon cos, sometime cos upon sine or cos upon cos, or maybe here in this way, okay, in this type. Understood? Means here the angle, you have to observe the angle of numerator and denominator. Angle of trigonometric function of numerator and denominator are different. So what is the working rule? So you have to convert here, you have to convert, see, angle in, I want to show you, you have to convert angle in numerator in terms of angle in denominator. Means you have to convert numerator angle, you have to express numerator angle in terms of denominator. Okay, so it become, see, particular example. Now question number 8, integration of cos x upon sine of x minus a. This is very important. Let I is equal to given integration. Now you have to observe this cos x, it is integration of numerator upon denominator form, means integration of u upon v form, but there is no integration of u upon v formula. So how to integrate this? I already explained. See, you have to observe the angle here. What is the angle? Angle is, see, here x and here angle is x minus a. So this angle, numerator angle, you have to convert in terms of x minus a in denominator angle, and it is very simple. How to convert this? This is nothing but you have to subtract a and add a at numerator angle, and that is nothing but I is equal to integration of cos of x minus a plus a upon x minus a. You don't subtract, you don't cancel a at numerator. Okay, you don't cancel this one. If you cancel this, then it is x, a previous one. So you don't cancel this. For adjustment, you have to subtract and add a there. If it is b, then you have to subtract and add b. If plus b, then add and subtract b. Understood? And again you have to write in proper form, that is cos of x minus a bracket complete plus a. Okay, see, you have to observe this. It is nothing but, see, it is nothing but this is we consider as a and this is considered as b. Then you will get cos of, I want to show you, cos of a plus b form, cos of a plus b form, that is addition rule, and you are familiar with this. What is cos of a plus b? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Okay, means here you have to convert numerator angle in terms of denominator, and that is nothing but by using cos of a plus b, you will a minus b, a plus b, you will get cos a cos b minus sin of x minus a into sin a upon denominator keep as it is. Okay, and you have to split this, means first term upon denominator minus second term upon denominator. So I become integration of cos of x minus a into cos a upon sin of x minus a minus sin of x minus a into sin a upon sin of x minus a. Now here you have to cancel this sin of x minus a, and this is nothing but cot of x minus a. Okay, now it is nothing but integration of, again it is same step, that is nothing but okay, it is by cancelling cot of x minus a into cos a minus sin a into dx by taking separate integration, and that is nothing but, see here it is, I want to show you, it is constant number, you have to write outside, means cos a constant, a is constant, though, so sin a and cos a are constant, you have to write outside the integration operator. You will get cos a into integration of cot. What is integration of cot? Log of sin of x minus a. Then here it is minus sin. Okay, it is minus sin. A sin a is constant, you have to write outside, integration of 1 dx is x, so minus x into sin a plus c, and this is the final answer. Okay, now next one is next integration, question number 9, integration of x minus a sin of x minus a upon cos of x plus b. Yes, how to integrate this? Let I is equal to given integration. Yes, you are right. You have to adjust numerator angle, means you have to add and subtract b at numerator, that is sin of x plus b minus a minus b upon cos of x plus b. Now again taking minus sign common from these two terms, it become sin of x plus b minus out, means you have to take minus 1 common from last two terms, that is minus into bracket a plus b upon cos of x plus b, and it is nothing but sin of a minus b form, that is nothing but sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, means a is this one. What is a? X plus b, and b is a plus b, means integration of sin of x plus b into cos of a plus b minus cos of x plus b into sin of a plus b divided by cos of a plus b x plus b as it is. Now you have to split this, split that is nothing but integration of first factor upon denominator minus second factor upon denominator. Now here see, you have to cancel some factors here, that is cos of, in this case cos of x plus b get cancelled, and this is nothing but tan of, sin upon cos is tan of x plus b, hence cos of x plus b constant as it is. Okay, then here taking separate integration, that is cos of a plus b, you have to write outside the integration operator. What is integration of tan? That is log of sec of x plus b minus x. What is integration of a 1 dx? X means sin of a plus b as it is into integration of 1 dx is x. That is nothing but x into sin of a plus b. This is the final answer. It's very simple form. Okay, means you have to adjust numerator angle in terms of denominator. In this case, sin of x plus a upon cos of x minus b, you have to adjust numerator angle, that is subtract and add b here. Subtract and add b. That is nothing but sin of x minus b plus a plus b, bracket complete, upon cos of x minus b. Then again you have to apply sin of a plus b formula, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Then split this. After splitting, taking separate integration, you will get standard form, and this is the final answer. Okay, it's very simple form. Just you practice this. Okay, again it is a minus sin of x minus a upon x plus a. Just you add and subtract a here, you will get minus a, that is minus twice a. It is nothing but sin of x plus a minus twice a. What is capital A here? Here we have to assume capital A is x plus a and capital B is twice a. Then you will get sin of a plus a minus b form, that is sin a into cos b minus cos a into sin b. Then split this. Then after simplifying, you will get the final answer. Okay, so it is nothing but integration of sine and cos only. Okay, there are only two types of function, only sine and cos. No tan, no sec, or no cot x is there, or not cot of any function is there. Okay, it's very simple form. Now next sum is question number 12. It is same type, sine of something upon cos of something. Just here you have to adjust numerator angle in terms of denominator, that is add and subtract b here. For 13, add and subtract again b. It is it is similar type. It's similar. See, these both are similar, so you have to cancel it. It is similar type. Okay, cos x upon this one, just you have to subtract a and add a at numerator angle. Now this one, this is different type, but it's same one. See, sine and sine is there. Here there are four types of function. Maybe I want to show you. See, 1 upon sine, 1 upon cos, 1 upon sine, and this is cos of something. Here cos of something and into sine of something. There are four types of functions here, but numerator is 1 here. Numerator is 1. How to integrate this one? Previous was sine upon cos, sine upon cos, sine, cos upon cos, cos upon sine is there, but here 1 upon sine. But you have to express 1 in terms of sine form. Okay, sine form, or whatever may be, you have to express numerator in terms of denominator, but 1 is there. Okay, this is a important type. Now you have to observe denominator angle, sine of x minus a and into sine of x minus b. So consider second angle. What is second angle here? Second angle is x minus b minus first angle. You must remember this step. Consider x minus b second angle minus first angle, x minus b minus x minus a. You have to open this bracket, that is x minus b minus x minus become plus a. Now x get cancel, that is a minus b. Okay, a minus b, right? So if it is sine at denominator or cos at denominator, means similar terms are there, denominator containing similar term, so you have to multiply and divide by sine of this angle, multiply and divide by sine of a minus b. You must remember. Okay, if, say, repeat this, I again explain this term. If denominator containing, note this step, denominator is similar product of similar terms. Similar means sin is there or cos is there. Then multiply and divide by sine of a minus b. Okay. And denominator is not similar term, means one is sine, other is cos, or cos and sine. Then multiply and divide by cos of a minus b. That is very, very important. So what is a minus b here? In previous, a minus b is x minus b minus x minus a. You have to substitute the value of a minus b here. That is 1 upon sine of a minus b into integration of, you have to substitute the value of a minus b. You have to substitute the value of a minus b. A minus b is nothing but x minus b minus x minus a. Again you will get numerator angle in terms of denominator x minus a and x minus b. What is this numerator? It is sine of a minus b. So you have to apply sine of a minus b formula, that is I is equal to 1 upon sine of a minus b into integration of sine into cos minus cos of first angle into sine of second angle upon sine of x minus a into sine of x minus b. What is next step? You have to split that. Okay, means integration of this first term divided by this minus this one divided by denominator. Okay, and that is nothing but 1 upon sine of a minus b into integration of first factor minus divided by denominator minus second factor, second term divided by denominator. Now here similar term sine of x minus b get cancelled. Here sine of x minus a get cancelled. What is remaining? That is cos of x minus a upon sine of x minus a. What is cos x upon sine x? Cot. And here cos again it is cos upon sine, it is cot. Means both are cot. That is 1 upon sine of a minus b into integration of cot of x minus a minus cot of x minus b into dx, taking separate integration. That is 1 upon sine of a minus b into bracket integration of cot of x minus a into dx minus cot of x minus b into dx. What is integration of cot? That is nothing but log of sine. Means 1 upon sine of a minus b into log of x minus a minus log of x minus b. You know log m minus log n, that is log of m upon n. So you will get 1 upon sine of a minus b into log of x minus a upon log of sine of x minus a upon sine of x minus b plus c. What is c? Integration of constant. And this is the final answer. Now one more last question, that is integration of 1 upon sine into cos. If sine into cos, then what is that? Then multiply and divide by cos of a minus b. How to simplify this? Second angle minus first angle. Whatever may be the first and second angle, you must write second angle x minus b minus x minus a, and that is nothing but a minus b. Okay, so the given integration I is equal to this one. You have to multiply and divide by cos of a minus b. Why? Because of it is different types of product, that is not similar, is not sine or cos, it is sine and cos. So multiply and divide by cos of a minus b, that is I is equal to 1 upon cos of a minus b into integration of cos of a minus b upon sine into cos. So again you have to substitute the value of a minus b. What is a minus b? That is x minus b minus bracket x minus a. Then it is nothing but cos of a minus b form, that is nothing but cos a cos b plus sine of first angle into sine of second angle. Again you have to split this. Okay, now here it is cancelling the similar term, cos get cancelled here, and sine of x minus a, this get cancelled, and that is nothing but cos of x minus a upon sine of x minus a, that is cot, and here sine upon cos is tan. It become 1 upon cos of a minus b into integration of cot of x minus a plus tan of x minus b with respect to x. Then taking separate integration, you will get 1 upon cos of a minus b into bracket log of sine of x minus a plus log of sec of, what is integration of tan sec. Okay, and log m plus log n, it is multiplication, that is 1 upon cos of a minus b into log of sine of x minus a into sec of x minus b plus c. What is sec x? 1 upon cos x. So it is nothing but 1 upon cos of a minus b. A is constant, b is constant, there, so 1 upon cos of a minus b is constant into log of sine of x minus a upon cos of x minus b plus c. That's it. Okay, now I cover this trigonometric form, that is integration of sine cos, or 1 upon sine or 1 upon sine cos, or cos. Okay, again integration of polynomial into polynomial, or polynomial upon polynomial. Okay, now I covered all problems here. Now in next lecture, in next video, I will complete full exercise 3.2b. The remaining parts I will cover in that video. Thank you for watching.